Hello, this is Cristi Muro, and today I'm going to show you how to update the reference documents using DTW. I'm going to open the AR invoice where I'm going to show you this. You know that in SAP Business One, there are two ways to link documents. Number one, the traditional copy from, copy to relationship, where SAP automatically connects the base and target documents. From here, you can use this to open the base and target documents. And this is the way to connect it, using the copy to and copy from option. And number two, the reference documents. The reference documents option is where you manually link documents for audit trail, tracking, and reporting. For example, here, if I go to the accounting tab and click on the reference documents, here is where I am able to link other documents for audit trail. Normally, users add reference documents manually after go live, but there are scenarios where you need to load them in bulk, and that's where DTW becomes useful. For example, when a company goes live and imports open imbalances, they may also want to link open transactions for traceability. For example, you bring open AR invoices from the legacy system into SAP, and you also bring open sales orders or contracts. Now, the customer wants these invoices to be linked back to the original sales order, even though they weren't created using the copy from functionality. In this case, you can use DTW to attach the reference orders to the invoices. So that's the thing that I'm going to show you. So first, let's create the template. This is the template that I need to use to update the reference documents. So number one, we're going to start filling out this template. I have highlighted in green the columns that we need. Number one, we need the parent key. This is the document number where you want to add the reference document. In my example is the AR invoice number 2231. Then we have the doc entry. This is the doc entry of the parent key. So here I need to enter the doc entry for my AR invoice 2231. So I'm going to create a query to get the data. I know that the table where the AR invoices are stored is the OINV. And the column that I need here is the doc entry. From OINV, where document number equal to 2231. Okay, 2772 is the doc entry of that invoice. So I'm going to go back to my template, and here I'm going to type 2772. This is the doc entry. Then the next column that I need is a reference doc entry. This is the doc entry of the document I want to reference. So in my case, I want to reference this AR invoice into the sales order 2070. This is the document that I want to use to link it. So it's a 27. So I'm going to go back again to my queries. But now I'm going to use the ORDR because that's my sales order table, where the document number is 2070. The doc entry is a 3392. So I'm going to go back to my template. I'm going to type it here, 3392. And the other column that I need is the reference object type. This is the object type of the document we want to reference. In this case, the object type of my sales order. So I'm going to go back to my query. I know it's a number 17, but I want to show you how to get it from the table. So this is object type. So for the sales order, the object type is number 17. So that's the one that I'm going to use in my template. Okay, here I'm doing it one by one, but of course, if we're going to do it in mass, we're not going to do this one by one. Okay, now I'm going to enter 17 in the reference object type. Once we have our template, we save it to use it in DTW. Now I'm going to show you how I like to save the templates, the DTW templates. A lot of people, once they have the template, they just go ahead and click on File and save the file. I don't like it in this way, but instead I just take all the data from my template, I copy the data, and I paste the data into a notepad and save it. So here I'm going to save it as reference documents. I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to go to DTW. Here I have connected already to my database. So in order to update the reference documents, I need to go to import. The type of data that we're going to upload is transactional data, because I'm going to modify the information in the AR invoices. So I'm going to click on next. What is the operation type that I'm going to do? I'm not going to create a new transaction because the invoice is already in the system. So instead, I'm going to update the information. So I'm going to select update existing data. I'm going to click on next. And here I need to select the business object. The business object is in the sales module, and the transaction that I'm going to update is an AR invoice. So I'm going to select AR invoice and click on next. And as you can see here, we have the different templates to create or update an AR invoice. The data source that I'm going to use here is the document reference. So here I'm going to select the template that I just created. So I'm going to click on the three dots, and here I have the template. I'm going to click on open, hit on next. In the mapping, I need to make sure that DTW did all the mapping correctly. So I'm going to scroll down just to make sure that all the fields have been mapped. So it seems that everything is correct. If I want to validate that I have selected the correct template, I can just click on source data to validate that I have here the information. Everything looks correct, so I'm going to click on next. Here I'm going to select ignore all errors and process valid records, just to validate that all my template is correct. Right now we have only one line, which is going to be quick. But in case that we have a lot of data, I always use this option and click on run simulation, because that will tell me if I have an error in my template. So everything is correct. So I'm going to click on next and import. And here the system is telling me that the invoice was updated. So I'm going to click on finish, and I'm going to go back to SAP. So here I'm going to go back to my AR invoice. The invoice number 2231. I'm going to go to the accounting tab, and as you can see here, now we have a reference document. So I'm going to click on the three dots, and as you can see here, we have the sales order that I have added in my DTW template. This is a 2070, so this is correct. This is one way to see the reference documents. Another way that you can see the reference documents in the transactions is by right-clicking and selecting relationship map. When you see the relationship map, the default view is the document tree, where you're going to see all the documents that were linked to this AR invoice using incoming payments or using the copy to or copy from functionality. In this case, I didn't use that option. So the thing that I want to see is the reference document. So I need to change the view. So as you can see here, I need to change the view to reference documents. And there you go. Here we have the AR invoice, and it's linked using the reference documents options to the sales order. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.